Okay. So, to recap what happened the first session of season 4, also known as The Virtue of Hope. Hope you like the name. I spent a long time picking it out. The party spent some time helping Opie and Nux clean up after the party. And afterwards, or during it, Maverick found a poker chip with a woman's face on it. And Maverick joined the rest of the party on their way to Vaus to search for Elena. Such an amazing, amazing person. They stop by Espervera and then make their way into Vaus, Virtue hiding their figure, and the party sees some wanted posters for a changeling and a serial killer of some kinds. But after that, the party split up to find people to help them with their search. Raw Crusher trying and failing to get information from an Aristocat that did not want to steal his money, and the rest of the party meeting a changeling named Ray. Virtue holding Ray's pet mouse Dimitri hostage and paying her to tell them everything that she knows, but it worked and they got the information they needed. They stop in a store called Deandra's Market to sleep and get the said information, and Ray told you all that Elena had helped her, given her all of her money, and then she ran towards the Capitol building with a letter in her hand with the symbol of a club on it. The party slept on their ideas, but before they did that, Otto sent out their dragons to get the scoop on the main building, and Virtue found a poker chip with the diamond symbol on it, as the one that Maverick had, with a picture of a wine bottle with a skull as the shape of the cork, and a sentence underneath it reading, "Come find me before I find you." But during the night, who will be taking watch, if anyone?
I'm probably not going to be sleeping due to the fact of I have my spell slots, so I don't need the sleep. So I wouldn't mind.
I just
Okay.
need to sleep, so I go EP.
Rod Crusher takes the only bed in the room.
I'm pretty sure I clarified this in the last session as well. I go to the bed as well.
I thought there was two beds.
Oh, maybe there was. Yeah, there was 2 beds.
Well, Virtue and Otto don't need sleeping, so don't need a bed.
Yeah, I think Maverick took the one bed, Rock Crusher claimed the other one, and then I don't know what Otto was doing besides setting up the pseudo dragons, and Virtue claimed that they could just sit on the floor.
Alrighty.
I feel like Maverick would just be laying in the bed staring at the ceiling in aimless thought.
I think Otto, of course, this is, if Ari's cool, if it could take the first watch, and then Virtue probably, once they were done with their meditation, told Otto to get at least a little bit of shut-eye. A smidge. For their health's sake.
I don't...
For the mental, not the physical.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's probably exactly what Virtue said. Otto was just like, but I don't... For your mental. For the love of God, just go to sleep.
Yeah, for your mental sanity.
Okay, can both of you roll a d6 for those who are going on watch?
Sure.
2.
6.
Well, look at that. Otto.
Yay.
You notice during your watch, which is the first one, you hear something scratching at the door leading into your room. It's very, very small, and it's at the very bottom of your door. It almost sounds like a rodent scratching.
I think with a dagger, I'm gonna very cautiously open the door.
You open the door and see Dimitri, the white mouse that you know Ray owns, scratching at your door with a spare piece of bandage caught up in his mouth. It seems to be bloodied and used, and as soon as you open the door, he kind of runs in a little bit, but you see the door across from the hallway open, almost swing wide open immediately, and Ray, sort of limping on one of her legs, runs up and snatches Dimitri before he can do anything, and just roll her eyes at him and just go, "I told you not to do that this time, Dimitri. I'm sorry for his actions.
Is everything okay?
Oh, yes. She takes the bandage from Dimitri's mouth. They're mine. I'm just recovering from an injury. Every night I replace the bandages and Dimitri has some fun with them, we could say.
Well,
By taking them into other people's rooms.
Yes. He usually sleeps in your room, so he
Ah.
likes to almost make a nest as if he was a bird. Oh, don't look at me like that, she says, looking to Dimitri, who's almost scaffing and then crossing his little paws, if he can.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you are hurt. Maybe in the morning, or when Virtue gets up, maybe Virtue can help you.
Sure, if you want to. I mean, everyone gets injured in this city, so this isn't that horrible.
Owie with the name drop.
You used my name. How dare you?
I'm gonna be hella honest, it's been 2 weeks. I don't even remember the fake name you use.
I just used my last name Amar because Virtue never uses that shit.
I don't even. It's been 2 weeks. You gotta cut me some slacks here.
I don't
It's
know.
been 2 weeks. No one. There wasn't even a reminder being like, "Hey, let's remember this." No reminders. I think if I didn't do it, it was either gonna be Rock or fucking Jordan. One of those two would have done it. Don't start, Jordan. You've done that shit before. Do not start with me.
No.
Yeah, but we didn't.
No.
No, but we didn't. It was you.
Yeah, just this
Yeah,
first
it was
time.
you.
No, consequences,
But if-
shit.
But if
Oh,
the
you just
DM's gonna let me
you-
retcon it,
No, you just told the criminal the wanted person's name.
is the DM nice enough to let me retcon it?
It makes things more interesting, you know?
Oh my life.
Now she's gonna be over here like, who the fuck is Virtue?
Who the fuck is that? Well, I mean, technically,
You
no,
can.
Virtue's
You
still in
can.
disguise.
You can still salvage it. You can still salvage it.
Our
Somehow.
virtuous friend.
I'll just I'll just state that I remember some guy named Virtue, takes care of shit like that.
Here?
Can you make a deception check?
Sure.
Oh no, Ari.
You forgot I have good deception.
Well.
Holy shit, now 20.
Okay. Saved your ass with
That's
the
a 30.
dice roll.
It's a 30.
Congratulations.
It's a fucking 32, so it makes it a 30.
It doesn't look like she's suspicious of you at all. She just goes, I prefer not to work with strangers on being so vulnerable around them. I'm quite alright doing this myself.
Okay. Well, if there's anything that you want or need, just, I guess, knock. And maybe don't have him bring more bloody bandages, please.
Of course, I will try, but I won't take up any more of your time.
Alright, well, have a good night.
Same to you.
I'm just gonna wave by and close the door. There's like beads of sweat. Ugh. And, like when it's time for Virtue's turn, I'm immediately gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, be like, I almost fucked up, but I think I covered it up.
What did you do?
I accidentally said your name, but I blamed it on someone else. I'm like whispering this. I'm gonna say that now I'm whispering this in case like the walls are thin as shit. I feel like I need to state that now. That I already did one fuck up.
Okay, just go back. Go on and rest down.
I'm
sure
sorry.
It's fine. It's
Fucked up.
fine. It's fine.
Beads of sweat and shit.
Praying they don't know it.
Well, they didn't seem too skeptical.
Okay. Just go off.
I'm
Go rest. Just go rest.
awkward thumbs up as I go to rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that, Virtue, nothing happens during your shift, for good or bad, whichever one you want to think. And you all take another night's rest, even though you didn't really do much yesterday other than get into this glorious town. But all of you slowly wake up around the same time, so I won't say there's a specific order, but good morning! Welcome.
Yippee!
Morning.
Yippee!
What a fun time.
And what would all of you like to do this lovely morning?
Otto, did your pseudo dragons find anything?
Yes. Actually, um, don't mind me. We'll have to go open DMs and read this damn paragraph.
Okay, calm down.
No,
Either you get to
that's what
say
the
it or
paragraph
I
is
say the
about.
whole thing, okay?
I got this. I got this. Relax. So basically, they ended up near the building, and the pseudo dragons. They were around it. They flew around for a bit, but there wasn't much. There was a massive fountain at the front entrance. Fun stuff. But at night, there were only a handful of guards, I believe, and they were very weird. They were kind of sloshing. It wasn't natural. And I didn't have them get any closer because I didn't want them to get hurt. But when a bird got close to the building, one of them shot out this rope and just destroyed the bird and took it back into the cloak. And when I saw the inside, it was goo, white goo this bird had became that goo, basically.
Ooh,
And from the looks of it, we can't really get in besides the entrance that they were around. So
bit of B&E.
Oh, all right.
yeah,
Does the
It will-
white goo rope cloak sound like anything that we know of?
no, maybe it's.
I'm not
type
asking
of-
you, I'm asking God.
You want to make a history check and go for it?
Well, that's being done. But yeah,
You're
they
like,
were.
shush, shush, shush. Looking up. To
Yeah.
looking up to the
Uh,
sky.
7 now.
Nope.
They wore kind of white masks. No eye holes, so I presume that they're obviously not human, or at least don't possess eyes.
It's something. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it was something I started thinking about. I thought about it when I first saw it, but like I didn't really. When it comes to how everything looked, I know I can't see what the pseudo dragon saw, but just from what I saw from a distance, does it look like? Because you said it was futuristic. Does it look like something I would have seen at like the Mountain Blade sort of futuristic, or something I would have seen on Kane futuristic?
The building itself, like the architecture of it, seems very similar to something that you'd find on Holta, but the like materials it was made out of how it was kind of glowing unnaturally, and like the purely like what the structure was made out of seemed like it would be on Kane. So sort of a mix between the two.
Okay. Did the pseudo dragons, were they able to find out how close we could possibly get to the middle without causing suspicion?
How far away were the pseudo dragons for them not to be detected? And how long where was the bird to, like, when they got their attention? Or was it just when the bird landed?
Your pseudo dragon saw a few things. If the pseudo dragon saw that there was a building, like basically right next to the entrance, that just like normal people were walking in and out of. It seemed like a restaurant or a bar of some sort of thing, and the guards didn't really take notice to them. So that'd be the most like nondescript way. But there isn't a lot of nature around the buildings, but there are a bunch of other really tall buildings around the main one, and it didn't really seem like there were any windows. So your pseudo dragon sort of like could stay near the other buildings, cling onto the walls, or I'd say you can get about 100 feet close to it before starting to like be taken notice of. And as soon as the bird that you saw, or that Pseudo Dragon saw, got close enough to be seen by these guard creature things, whatever you think they are, it immediately got snatched out of the sky and sucked in.
Okay. So immediately when it's seen, it gets snatched, correct? That's how you're wording it?
When the as soon as the bird got seen, it wasn't that far away from the pseudo dragons. It immediately got snatched, but your pseudo dragons didn't get seen.
Okay, so they have we can stay within like 100-ish feet, or at least any vacant building that they're not on. It seems to just specifically on like the building that they're on is where they'll pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
Brian,
nice.
we want to get inside the building, right?
We're gonna have to get inside the building from the sounds of it.
Well, I can teleport inside.
I can too, but well, no, not really. I need a visual idea of what the building looks like on the inside in order to get in.
Well, that's fine, because I can open a dimension door.
Doesn't dimension to require you to visualize? the
Or
inside?
you could just do
Not-
coordinates. You could be like, I need
Yeah.
to go 300 feet that way and
Yes.
like
Oh,
10 feet up.
Okay.
I know that
Usually fine.
Jordan instilled that doubt in your mind, even though Jordan
No,
was wrong.
don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Ari, don't listen to me.
Trying to gaslight.
That was a me mistake.
Yeah.
That was a me mistake.
If my size or smaller, must be within only 5 feet of when I cast the spell.
And
And
so it's
everyone
part-
is
it's
pretty
part
much
of-
smaller than you, so
This is my cape of the mountebank, so I just sort of whoop, little
Okay,
cloud
so-
of brimstone. I can just, and then once you're inside, you can like just burn a few spell slots to come back and like. Oh wait, you don't need to actually. If you can just dimension door as well, right?
Mhm.
All right. Well, we could get 4 of us in.
My main thing is will they notice, because it could just, and it seems like any form of life that gets within the vicinity of them. I don't know if it's because they don't have eyes, so
If
it's
we're
probably a
inside.
sense.
I could do divine sense.
I could make it sneaky.
How close do you have to be for a divine sense?
60 feet.
You'll be snatched the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't think at this moment we should try our luck getting in there, especially since, well, we know Elena might be in there. We don't really know of anything else.
Yeah.
And there seems to be other variables going on, especially with this chip that is saying that
Stick
we
out.
need to that we need to find them before they find us.
Hmm.
They're probably in
Alright.
that building then.
Um,
Seems
well-
pretty important.
I'm not sure because the whole group, with all of the diamonds, the hearts, the spades, all seem to be divisions of the Changeling group, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure if the Changeling group would be inside of the capital. That
Open.
especially since they can't very openly be around here without being attacked. So I'm not
I
sure.
get you. I get you. Suggestions then?
Well, Vale had a rough idea of where the hearts were, so we could either try to see if we can locate the hearts, or at least stand nearby them and get someone's attention. Or I'm curious if the bottle here with a skull is significant. Perhaps it is pointing us in the direction of an inn or bar.
The what with the what, sorry?
We had a chip that
Yes.
has a wine bottle. Right, it was a wine bottle
Yeah.
with a skull cork, and Virtue's going to show this to Rock Crusher. Like, I wonder if this is a hint, and perhaps there's an establishment with this as their logo, or maybe it's pointing us in the direction of a bar.
The chip that I had kind of it pointed towards Ray a bit.
Yeah, that one was
It's-
to Ray. That was our hint through that chip, was to find Ray. And now
It's
we have
like-
this one.
It's kind of like a puzzle or a riddle.
Claire, really quickly, because we were walking around earlier, did we see any taverns or any place that had that design Or anything that mentions like a skull in their name?
You didn't see anything that mentioned a skull other than like the spirits and whatnot. However, when you were searching around the marketplace that you yourselves are even sleeping above, you did see wine bottles of the same shape, but they didn't have a skull cork on them. But she was selling them here.
So there's wine here, but they don't have the exact pattern.
So
Hmm.
perhaps maybe we have to find a specific wine bottle or whatever with that cork.
Don't think we're going to be allowed to just scan through all the wines.
Does this place have a wine cellar?
Well,
Could
perhaps
ask.
we could either ask our friend Ray here or the woman downstairs
Probably
if
not. Best ask the woman downstairs because we might have to like break into the place.
we're in it.
No, like into the wine cellar. People can't just go down there if there is one.
Well, no, but she has a general shop where she's behind the counter.
Yeah, I know, but if we ask, it looks like, and then it gets broken into. It's like, oh, those guys were asking about my wine cellar earlier. Let's just ask
Oh.
Ray. Ray, is there a wine cellar here?
You know, she is in the other room. However,
I'm
you
about to
can
say-
go and ask.
I go into the other room and I ask.
Do you
just
knock on the
barge
door
into
or
her
just burst
room?
in?
Of course I knock on the door.
Of course. I was
I'm
about
an
to say them. Oh, yes. Of course.
Forget to knock.
You knock on the door and Ray opens it with little Dimitri on her shoulder. And she looks up at you with a blank expression that she always does and goes, "Yes, sir."
Does this place have a wine cellar?
It does not have a specific cellar for it. However, it does offer wine as something that you can buy. You just have to ask her first because she doesn't like giving out alcohol to most people.
That's fair. I was thinking more of like a sort of. It's fine, don't worry. I'll explain later. Go back to the other room. It's like, no wine cellar.
So can I ask her about the chip now? If she's seen anything like it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Ask Ray about it. Fine, yeah.
All right.
All right.
go
Hopefully,
begin.
before she closes the door again, Virtue with the disguise put back on, obviously,
Of
because
course.
long rest.
Of course.
Welcome. Actually,
Mustache and glasses.
I had another question on the chip. There was this, and Ray's Virtue's gonna show it to Ray. I'm like, have you seen anything like this before? The skull cork.
Well, I have lived here for a few weeks now, and sometimes Nux or another person that looks like us would come in and request a bottle that looks like that, and they give it to the hearts. It's their vendor of sorts, you could say. Someone just came by to get them, but she could have extras. You just have to ask.
And you said you had a rough idea as to where the knots were, correct?
Yes.
And where would that be?
Like I said before, follow the effigy.
All right. Thank you.
Just be careful. You might not be the only ones. That's all I could say.
I appreciate the warning. All right. We're just gonna go back to the group. So apparently the Hearts get these sorts of bottles all the time.
Ah.
So
Of course, they're connected.
we could ask the woman downstairs about it, or we could just follow the effigy, as Ray said. Though I'm not quite sure. I'm sure it will pop out to us.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm down for either choice. They seem decently nice enough to answer questions.
alrighty then. Let's head back downstairs. I'm not sure if we should get a bottle. I don't know. Maybe a please
It
don't
might-
stab me gift.
I mean, it must have significance if they're asking for specifically a bottle of wine with the exact cork on it, unless it's a certain tasting wine.
Apparently they always come here. So why don't we go downstairs and take a look then?
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Are you all going down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all compose yourselves, get ready for the wonderful day ahead of you, and you all walk downstairs back into the market. To describe it a little bit better, there are more people in the store than there was before. Most of them are just generally shopping and they're not taking note of you. But Dia, the store owner that you met last night, is talking with 3 hooded men. They are wearing black pants, a black hoodie, with bandages around their hands, and bats with nails sticking out of them across their back. And she doesn't look too scared of them. But as you are walking down, you overhear a bit of their conversation as they are speaking very loudly. You hear Deandra go, "And why do you want that?" And the 3 thugs, "We saved up some money and we're interested in the bottle." The second one, "We aren't used to such luxury, so we thought we might treat ourselves." And the third one's, "That's not true." And the first one rams the third in the chest. "Shut up, Randy!" "I'm sorry, ma'am. Randy isn't all right in the head." Dia looks at them very skeptically. And she goes, 3 gold for the bottle." The 3 men kind of get real excited and pull out a bunch of silvers and pour them onto the table to the correct amount that amounts to 3 gold. Deandra ducks underneath her counter and pulls out a bottle of red wine. The bottle looks to be normal, other than the skull cork, but it does look like there's something floating inside of it, though. Something too small so that it still floats in the wine, but too large to be pulled out or drop out without needing it to break the bottle. The men quickly make their transaction with Dia. "You better be careful with that, boys. I only got 2 left, and I better not find out I wasted one of them on something this dumb." The men nod their heads real fast and quickly make their exit from the market.
I do a divine sense.
Yes, ma'am.
Hee. So I can detect good and evil and anything that's affected by like apparently the hollow spell or the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me. That is not behind total cover.
Okay.
But I want to do it right before those thugs, as you called them, left.
Yes.
We find out Dia's undead. We're like, what the fuck?
Whoa, plot twist! Way to spoil it. No, but right before they make their transaction leave, you sort of get a notice and try and see if these people are good or bad or just the people in the store. You can tell that just going around, because your sense is definitely big enough to fit the whole store. The people shopping, they're generally not good people, but they aren't trying to do anything inherently evil right now. Deandra is good. She's just trying to make a profit. And the thugs, that's what they're called now, it doesn't seem like they're doing something evil. They're not bad people from what your divine sense is telling you. It doesn't seem like they're doing something inherently good, but they're not bad people doing an evil thing. So it's sort of just like, oh, that's interesting. Why are you doing that? Because it's not for a bad reason, but it's not for a good reason either.
Right. Okay.
But with that out of the way, and that whole transaction finally being finished, what do you guys want to do?
I suppose Virtue will walk up to the counter next.
Have these other guys left?
Yes, they have.
Can I follow them?
Of course.
Oh, there goes Rock.
I'll just quickly, I'll just whisper to you guys, I'm just gonna follow these guys. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Could
Alright,
I-
see you.
Could I cast a guidance on him to just pat him on the shoulder?
Aw, how cute.
Cheers, homie.
You gotta
Best friends.
make use of it. It's a minute.
Yeah,
it's a minute
I'm
long.
making a sneaky. Can I make a sneaky roll?
Of course. Roll stealth, please.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna use my one look roll to redo that.
Gotcha.
Fuck. How much do
Can
I
I
get with
D4?
the guidance? Only a
A
D4.
D4.
Oh,
It's a cantrip. It's a cantrip.
It's 15.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Right up in the noggin. As you leave, we're going to start with the 3 that stayed behind first. So, Virtue, you walk up to this counter, and Deandra looks you up and down and goes, "What can I help you with today?"
Hi, morning. So, about we've been following a bit of a breadcrumb trail, and we were given one. And if Virtue's gonna show her the chip with the bottle and thing, and it seems that our task is leading us in the direction of this bottle, which is what I just saw you give those men.
You're a cop.
I
was curious if I could have one.
Who would have thought? My last 2. You're lucky. These bottles are commissioned, but I always make a few extra just in case I mess up an order. If you want one, it'll be 3 gold.
Alrighty. As long as I actually give Virtue some fucking gold instead of everyone hogging it, can one of you please?
Otto will walk up.
Virtue
I
just
will
clears their throat and looks at Otto.
He's like,
Yeah,
hello? I mean,
I left my wallet at home.
oh no, Rock Crusher's gone. No, he can't give you the money.
Sorry, I'm always the one that gets pickpocketed, so they just keep the gold off of me.
I understand. You know the city that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Otto would definitely put down the 3 gold.
All right. Deandra takes one of the gold chips and bites into it and then throws it back onto the table and then reaches down under the counter again, and you hear her grab onto a bottle and she hits it hard onto the table, and you see that it is another wine bottle. It's full of red wine. The bottle is very dark maroon color, and it does have that intricate cork that looks like a skull poking right out the top of it, sealing it off. And it seems that this bottle also has a small little something floating in it. You can't see because of the tint of the bottle what it is, but there is something in there. But she sweeps the gold off the table and gives you a nod. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. What can I tell what shape it is roughly? Is it like a marble?
It's gonna be a tooth or something.
Oh, the thing inside of it?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh.
But while you do that, let's move over to Rock Crusher, having a little fun time on his own, I can see. Rock Crusher, you, with your beautiful stealth check, follow these thugs. That's what I'm calling them now. Out of the building as they jog a little bit. It's easier for you to follow them because they're dressed in full black during the day. So you chase them from far away as they go hide in an alleyway. And you sort of peek your head over to see what they're doing, and you hear them talking about, like, how the fuck do we get this thing out, you know? How do we do this? And then one of the thugs picks it up and then smashes the bottle onto the ground. And you see coming out of it, other than the massive red wine that was just spoiled and wasted onto the ground, you see that the thing that was inside that bottle is actually one of another poker chip of sorts, as they pick it up and they get almost excited as they're like, yes, another one. Let's see where this one leads. As if they're also going on this chase. But do you want to stay and continue watching, or do you want to leave?
How big are these guys?
Two of them seem to be just like normal. They look to be human. They look to be not that buff. There's one of them that's like a bit bigger, but none that could actually, like, cause you harm in a fight. Honestly, you could probably, like, you're like, I could kill you in one hit. That's the sort of thing that you're thinking in your head. It's like, if I wanted to, you could die right now.
I don't want that poker chip.
I guess they're dying right now.
Yeah, can I attack them? Where are we, actually?
They're in an alleyway, about
Oh, yeah, I'm
15
attacking them.
feet deep.
Not non-lethal, though. I'm not going to kill them. I'm just going to, like, try and knock them unconscious.
Okay, there are 3 of them, so which one do you want to hit?
I'll rage, and then I'll do it one at a time, then.
Okay.
Let's see. Calculator, where are you? Minus 5. Yeah, first one's a 29.
That hits.
Okay. I'll roll damage, like, at a time, just to keep it.
Where's my phone? Oh, I found it. We're good. Lord.
Hopefully these guys weren't important.
Well, I'm not killing them.
He's not that mean.
I'm just, like, bonking them on the top of the head with an axe, really. Like, the flat of it. Just gonna give him a bit of a headache.
Bit of brain damage.
Mild brain damage. Like 19 for the first one.
Okay. He is
Still standing?
unconscious, yeah.
Okay,
He is.
cool.
He's down.
Second attack's gonna be on the second one then.
Mm-hmm.
25 to hit.
He's down as well.
Oh no, that's to hit.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Well,
Oh my god, I got ahead of myself. Lord.
So I was just like, yeah, they're down.
Yeah, they're down.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Down a party.
But,
35 damage.
well,
Oh,
Okay. Oh no, I used my bonus action to rage. Okay, so I got 2 of them down.
mm-hmm. There's
It's my
one of
turn,
them.
10.
And as you end your turn, we're going to start a formal combat. And the only thug left is the sort of bigger, almost a little bit beefier one. And he pulls out his bat and he says, "Hey man, I'm not ready to die for this thing," as he takes the chip and throws it behind you and then gets ready to brace for another impact. And that's the end of his turn.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I can't attack this guy. He's like, you saw nothing. No, run and grab it. And I am the knight. Battling away.
Even though
Of
it's
course.
daytime.
Yeah, it's the middle of the fucking day.
I am the night fool, even though it's fucking daytime and it's bright as hell.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna like scramble up the side of a building like Exorcist.
Of course, a giant lizard. And he's like, Was that
Yeah,
God?
like a big
Was
gecko.
that God?
You hear that just as you're scurrying away.
He comes
Oh
back.
my
I
God.
am God. It's Grace back.
Yeah, I like run back to the tavern as well. Well, can I have
So-
like can I look at the chip on the way? What's it got on it?
Yes, you can. You look at this poker chip, and this is the first time you're really looking at it very specifically. And on one side, there's the shape of a diamond symbol that you'd see in a game of cards. And on the back, there aren't any words, but it's a picture of a wall of sorts. It's not just like a normal wall. You can recognize specific features in it. This wall is at the end of a long corridor with a height that is slightly too large for most people to climb over it, and a bunch of trash piled into one corner at the side.
Do I recognize the location?
You not being from the city, no, you would not.
Okay. Yeah, just go back to the tavern.
Okay, so Rat Crusher's on his way back. Virtue, what was your investigation check?
It was a 15.
It isn't that difficult to see that it looks like to be a pretty decently sized circle, a flat circle, almost looks like a coin. Yeah, we could just say that. It looks like a coin in the water.
It looks like a
Oh,
coin.
my.
Got it.
I wonder what it could be.
Point in the water.
Yeah, I really wonder what it could be. Okay.
I will say, from the looks of it, it looks like it's too big to just like for you to dump it upside down and it to come out.
Okay. Virgie's probably gonna observe it and then look to the others. I think we should see if our Crusher is alright before we try and figure out what this is.
Alright, sounds fine with me.
It's same. Me.
At which point, the doors slam wide open.
Precisely. You say, I think we should make sure Rock Crusher is okay. And on
Oh,
cue.
right on cue.
Oh, smash that wine bottle.
What?
I wasn't going to in an establishment.
Good.
And that would have been a waste.
I'm gonna do like that cool thing where they like roll a poker chip between your fingers. Should I look what I found?
Did you
Did you?
did you take their wine?
No,
Did you break it open?
How did you get that?
that's not a lie. I didn't take that wine. No, they gave it to me.
They gave it to you.
Yes,
Really?
Check.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. They
I mean-
did give it to me.
Here's
I am
yeah,
telling the
technically. Technically, he is
You-
telling the truth. That's
you wanna
the sad
ask-
part.
She does, but
Hey,
she
you
doesn't know
wanna ask-
that. She doesn't.
You want
know
to
that.
ask the right questions?
Are they actually alive, all of them?
Yes.
I don't believe that for a second.
I'm an 18 on my insight check. My useless insight check.
You know, they did give it to him,
And they are alive.
and they are
All-
They're
alive.
alive.
All three
So
of them are alive.
If I walk out
Yeah.
that door, I'm not gonna see like several dead bodies.
Well, I can't say that for certain. Like the chances we're going to be attacked by a gorilla are low, but it's never zero.
What's
There
in
might
the
be no-
poker chip?
I don't. I
a
don't think.
wall.
I don't think.
I'll flick it
Okay.
over from a thumb.
Alright, I
Can I
guess I'll
see the chip?
sure. I'm assuming Ruckrush flicked it over to us, so I'm assuming Auto
Yeah,
and
like-
probably showing it to Virtue.
Yeah, I've like flicked it over like a coin, like just from my
Yeah.
thumb.
Auto probably caught it and was holding it so that the others can see as well.
Do I recognize the location?
Maybe. Give me a second.
I'm gonna take
Whoa.
a swig from the bottle of wine.
Ooh.
She just takes it and just starts swinging the shit.
Hey man, Auto paid for
Good wine.
it, so
Can I
I'm
have
gonna
some?
look over as they're doing that. I'm gonna look over to them and put like another 3 down and be like, I'll take the last wine bottle if you don't mind.
Oh,
That was the last one.
No, there was 2 left.
There's one
Yeah,
left
that
now,
was
I think.
that was the last.
I thought
The thugs
they
took one. The thugs broke their bottle. So
I thought she had 2 left after they took that. Or am I just... Yeah, whatever.
She-
She doesn't have
whatever.
any more than that, it's fine.
Whatever you want to believe.
I did
It's
also
fine.
get 2 left, but
Yeah. I thought she had a second. I thought she... Yeah, it's whatever.
I have some of the wine.
yes.
How is it?
Do you want a cup? I got some little cups here.
It's wine.
Not every
Yeah.
wine tastes the same.
Well,
I
I
just-
mean,
I'm
it's
getting
good.
the cups out. I'm getting the cups out. Root around in my bag for a few seconds, just to try and find like a nice. I got a little like china set.
I was gonna like pull out like wine glasses, and it's just like, why don't we just use these?
Yes, the
It's like those-
flavor
it's
is
like-
Oh,
very
fancy.
rich. Of course.
It's like those plastic
lovely.
plastic wine cups you get on like.
No, these
Oh,
are glasses.
weddings.
I will like click at it, and it will like make that ringing sound.
Yeah, doing this in the middle of
fancy.
a store where other people are shopping.
I don't give a shit.
We're classy.
Okay.
Oh, I thought,
Oh, I
I
just
thought this
got.
was
I,
a tavern or something.
wait.
What?
It is it's a
Okay.
shopping center. It's a market.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
if we're literally next to the person who's selling alcohol, I don't think it's going to be odd for us to be drinking alcohol near the stand.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I can
not
buy
out
alcohol.
of. I mean, maybe with wine
in a
glasses
supermarket.
that you pull out of fucking thin air to drink out of.
Wait, as
Where's
they're
the-
doing
where
this,
people
Virtue's
keep
gonna
those?
like slowly start making their way towards the door and see if anyone notices.
It's up to
Yeah.
you. You would notice, but do you want to? That's the
Of course it is.
I have an 11 passive perception.
Maverick is too enamored with the absolute beauty of this wine that she's tasting. You know, her
I feel
parents,
like-
your parents never let you really drink wine, even though you are of age to drink this sort of thing. So it's beautiful for you, and so beautiful that you don't even recognize that one of the players in your party have left you.
I feel
I
like-
noticed. I just don't care.
I feel like Otto would because of one.
I feel like if
I feel like
I got a 16 PP.
Yeah, Rockrusher notices. He just doesn't care.
So it must be
I feel
important.
like if because she's around Otto and Rock Crush right now. If they started moving away, then she'll follow them. you know.
Yeah.
But she didn't-
Otto's
she didn't-
moving. Rockrusher is not.
Oh, she'll follow Otto then.
Oh, is everyone going?
Well, Virtue is walking away. Thank you for the wine, but I'm going to follow Virtue.
Fine. I quickly pack my cups away and just. Never a chance for a little rest.
We just slept.
We did just sleep.
Just been a busy
You
morning.
two slept the
alright?
most.
Gosh.
We did sleep the most. I don't think you need any more sleep,
Okay.
He's
fine.
old.
Shut up.
old man.
I'm older than all
Oh.
of you. That's
I'm
good.
wise.
Well,
Yeah,
Wow.
but there's a difference. With him, he's a Dragonborn. You're not.
You're an
so
elf.
he ages faster.
technically speaking,
I am wiser
Well.
and more mature than you.
No, that's not how that works.
Yes. You should respect your elders.
no. That's
No,
if we're
no.
talking about wiseness here, then virtue would be
Virtue's
most wise.
leading them. Virtue's just going
Walking
towards
away.
a certain
Hey,
location.
wait up! Like starts following after. Wait up! I don't know why I'm saying wait up. We're literally faster than Virtue. I don't know why we're
Virtue's
saying
just
this.
walking too.
Yeah, we can literally we can normally walk, and we'd walk past Virtue if we're
Virtue
walking
has
too
like
fast.
has like NPC walking speed. It's just slightly too slow.
Mhm,
We have to
mhm.
slow down. We have to nerf our own walking to keep up with Virtue.
I
Just
have a
like
20
we-
walking speed. I have to probably
Oh my god!
Oh,
wait,
God.
wait.
You're slower than
Hold
Speed
on,
walk.
you're slower than Virtue. Oh my god, even now
Speed
Virtue
walk.
has to nerf. Hold on, we're
I'm sorry,
we
at
stop
20?
and we turn back really.
How do you have a 20? What happened?
I
You
don't
are an
Are
NPC.
you missing a leg or something?
I don't know.
Maverick apparently is missing a leg as they're
I-
I
hobbling
feel like I
over.
should be pulling up your character sheet and doing investigation
Uh,
myself. Like,
Are you
Yeah.
proficient in heavy armor?
I am.
Okay.
Why do you have 20 moves?
I know. I'm looking at this now. What is
I
happening?
have to.
What race
I
are you?
don't know.
All
I
three of you are
just
just
noticed.
looking around her, just like
I was
looking
like-
at all of her stuff.
Yo, we
know
all
she's-
like stopped and we started like lifting up Maverick's arm and be like, what happened to you? How?
You're clearly strong
I
enough to
have-
do it. Like,
She's got like
Yeah.
a bag with like some small
Wait,
possessions.
Genasi is 30. It should be, yeah, base walking speed is 30 feet. So why
What the fuck?
is it
Um,
Why are
20?
you 20? Did you
I don't
actually
know.
nerf yourself? What happened?
I have a heavy armor.
yeah, it doesn't reduce your movement speed.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me have disadvantage in stealth checks, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not. That's different from like.
I know.
walking.
I have a shield. I have a rapier. I've got a tattoo that no one can see.
like,
And
if-
I've probably
if-
got attack stuff. It's like
Here,
like
what did you
things.
do?
I just-
This went from like.
This is how you learn Maverick is missing a leg.
Yeah, for real.
Do you have a
Uh,
prosthetic and we didn't know?
do I DM?
Plot twist.
Girl, I don't know.
Do we need to have a logical reasoning for her to have 20 movement speed?
No, you could just say that you're really out of shape.
Her kneecaps were just
You need a
busted in when she was younger.
She's
You're too
is
You have
You
need a
arthritis
15.
in both of your knees.
I
she's
what?
3 feet tall.
you're too. Everyone, shut up for a second. You're too weak. You need a 15 in order to have a 30 walking speed.
Oh, is it the heavy armor then?
What?
Is that
Wait,
actually a
probably.
thing?
Strength is
Hey.
14. A base
Are you on-
14.
So I need to actively have a 15.
You need to actively have a 15 in order to walk 30 feet.
Are you on D&D Beyond?
I am.
Just unequip the heavy armor for a second. See what it does.
Wait, but that's.
You're too weak to wear heavy armor.
Lovely.
Oh my god, you are.
That's so funny.
You're too weak.
I didn't know that. What?
Neither did
God.
I. Well, that's
Oh.
because I've never had a paladin with low strength.
Oh
Do I
my
need to,
That's
god.
such a backhand. That's such a diss.
I mean, you're a
Can I?
you- I don't know, I
Can I
suppose a
move
rapier is a dex weapon, isn't it?
What are you gonna say?
Can I move a point from my charisma to my strength?
You know, we've had this conversation with other characters before.
We can do
Hi.
some workout. We'll do a bit of working out after the
Working
figure this
out.
out.
Hey, don't worry. There is someone that I know that you could, I don't know, play like a game with.
Oh god.
Ask God how well that happened the first time.
I still haven't gotten my reward.
We're just gonna PT for a bit. We'll do some training. We'll get your strength score up.
Of course.
Rockcrusher pulls Maverick to the side and starts training in the corner.
Just like, all right.
Double jacks. Go.
Lunge
It's
down as you're walking, you know?
I can.
While we're walking, can I
I've
like
got
start
the
making like
lunges.
a meal plan and a workout routine?
Of course.
She's like, what?
It's like strength
Okay.
training.
I could do lunges. I'm fine with the dex stuff.
I'm sorry, all I can
Very
imagine now is
dexterous.
sort of like huffing and wheezing, like in really
I
clanky
just-
armor.
Push-ups.
Like
I'd start doing
Yeah.
push-ups in your
For
armor.
every 5 steps you take a push up. Then the next 10, do a sit up.
Okay.
Just,
Alright, I
doing
guess
that.
she's.
and maybe in 3 weeks of doing just that, you can get a strength additive.
Maybe I'll take a.
Didn't you have a book that you could read that upped your strength, Rockcrusher?
it was Constitution, and you can't read that
Uh,
again. You gotta wait 100 years before you can use it again.
Well,
Well,
you can use it, but not
I-
other people.
Oh yeah, so I'm giving it to you when I'm dead.
Aw, how cute.
When I die of old age, we're actually just gonna read it.
If you make it that
God.
long.
I will.
Anyways,
Huh. Oh,
now that we
vampire
finally
game.
figured out why you're so slow,
Well, Virtue, are you walking to where I think you're walking? Just so that because the rest of them are
Yes.
following you. Okay, great. So, as you know, we'll make this. It's part of the. It's it's lore accurate. Like as you guys are walking, Otto and Rockcrusher are inspecting Maverick. It's like, dang, you're like slower than Virtue, and it's like looking at the armor, looking at the all the way up and down, asking really in-depth questions as you're walking to figure out the issue. And in the meantime, Rock Crusher trying to like help you figure out a way to boost your strength, boost your confidence, you know, and be just as fast as Virtue. But
Why am I the baseline?
as you're
wish I noticed
walking, following Virtue to God knows where, you begin to hear a familiar voice shouting amongst the quiet atmosphere of the city. So I didn't describe this when you first got out, but in the morning, because it's your first time seeing Faust in the morning, there are definitely more people out, but they look very sluggish. Most of them are hungover, they're smoking something. They don't really care. They're kind of just jackasses. But there's more of them out. And the voice that you recognize shouting in the distance, you see, or more hear, Nux shouting amongst the crowd. It doesn't really seem like they're shouting of like fear or anger. If anything, it seems like they're shouting to get people's attention. They shout, "Extra, extra, read all about it. Is the old killer back for vengeance, or has someone new begun to run rampant throughout the town? But not only that, but a new concert is being held in the Bonafet Bar later this week. A special interview in the paper just for you all." Many people pass by Nux without caring about what they have to say, but Nux seems excited as an older man walks past them and actually notices the paper stack. The man grabs one, and Nux says, "Ah, thank you, sir. That'll be 1 copper." But before Nux can finish, the man rips the paper roughly in half and tosses it onto the ground. "Get that shit out of here, or else you'll be next. No one wants to hear that bullshit around here." He spits on the ground in front of them and walks away. Nux has a smile plastered across their face and shouts, "Thanks for the engagement!" And as they turn away, their smile fades away. What do you do if you want to do anything?
You know what? Virtue will walk over and take a paper.
Yeah, I'll walk up and I'll give Nux 2 gold.
I'll put down the paladin I've been carrying.
You were carrying her?
Just picks up and is like, alright, this is slow. I'm not doing this.
Carried her?
No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'll go over with the other guys.
Yeah, but I'll give 2 gold and I'll also pick up paper.
Ah,
These guys are gonna get robbed. I give them like 40 copper.
of course. I mean, that's more than the copper that they're asking for, so.
I know, but like, what's this guy gonna do with a gold piece? He's gonna get robbed. He's got change for that.
Well, thanks for the money. Nice seeing you guys again. Didn't expect to see you guys so soon.
Yeah. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Wait, sorry, is that Shinji on a frog chair?
Just like the emoji.
At the Animal Crossing frog chair. Nice.
I just like the emoji. It's so funny.
Well, I live here, trying to make my livable wage.
Jeez.
Are you making a livable wage?
As livable as it can be here.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, here. Sorry. Gotta get to protocol. In this paper, you will find a few different articles, all written out by yours truly, and artist renditions by yours truly as well. There are many different things going on. You know, you chose a great time to come around this city. You know, some people are saying that a new killer is running amongst. Or people say that the old legend from, like, what, 40 years ago? I don't remember. Is coming back for a vengeance. Or something like that. But more importantly, there's going to be a performance at the Bonafet Bar tomorrow at the end of the day in the Bonafet Bar. And just between you and me, it's the Hearts that are going to perform there. I'm in it. It's going to be wonderful.
Oh, that's nice. I can't wait to see you perform.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because, you know, we're going to be performing as ourselves, so we'll see if it ends up with the building being burnt down. But that's the risk you take for showing off what you do best. Oh my gosh, I could get you guys in for special VIP seating. I am performing, so I get reserved tickets for my guests, but because my parents can't come because they're afraid that they might get killed for being in the audience, those seats could be for you guys.
Oh, that's so
That's fun.
kind.
Oh, wait, rewind a little bit. Why would they be killed for being in the audience?
You're in
Changelings.
Vows. They hate changelings here.
So they just kill you?
Yeah, did you not remember?
I got that part, but like... Alright, fair enough.
People are unfazed if people die here.
Yeah, for real.
Racism or something like that. But because there's so many of us, we might have a better chance.
I think I like the idea. You know,
It may be fun to watch.
it might give us a bit of breathing room for once.
Trust me, you would not want to miss it. The Hearts definitely know how to party, even with a bunch of snobbish people that always go to the Bonafet bar.
Well, they are bards.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Okay, hold on. I have something just for this moment. You see Nux reach over and look underneath one of the piles of crumpled papers, as it seems many people are just trashing these papers, and they pull out 4 little slips of paper, and they look to be 4 Ace of Hearts cards. And Nux takes out a sketchbook and takes out one of the clues that was in it and says, "Okay, what names do you guys want first and last? You know, there's a people there to security or whatever. But what do you want on the cards?"
I guess Otto Smith is fine.
Okay,
Just-
Smith.
Maverick Solaria.
Maverick Sol. How do you spell that?
Sulattlaja.
Fancy.
Very unique. And what about you, sir?
Just rock will be fine.
All right, we'll see how well that goes. We'll see how well that passes. Rock, okay. And for you,
Do a Singe.
Marcinge. Okie dokie, here are your cards. You see right over there, oh, I'm so excited, at the end of the river by the fountain, the building right next to it, not the big one, but the smaller one, that's the Bonafet bar. You know, mostly aristocratic people go there, so if you want to blend in, dress your best. Tomorrow night, as soon as the sun sets, I hope to see you there. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see it.
Well, I gotta get back to the good old days, back to my job. As Nux kind of stretches out a little bit and then grabs a paper, and even with you right next to it, they go, "Extra, extra!" really loud, just gets right back into the swing of things.
I think, well, continuing, forgive me, I think I kind of blacked out because my mom walked in, so I had to mute and shit while you were talking. Where we were going towards the area, and then Nux was just so happened to be in the
On the way,
walking.
yeah.
Okay. I will read this paper while we continue on our way.
Okay.
Same.
While you guys are walking, did all of you get a paper, or was it just you two? I don't remember.
Yeah, I grabbed one. I put some money
I
in.
don't. Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Throw a couple gold pieces in.
So I won't read an entire newspaper to you, but I will say basically the key, the TLDR for it. Hold on, let me get it up. I'll get it up real quick. Okay. So there are 3 major news headlines. There's one just about the environment of Vows, how it's changed over the time. It just talks about how some people want the trash to get out of the river, and people want the streets to be cleared, and all the people hanging clothing lines across the river kind of just looks dumb and cheap. So there's people complaining about that. Then the second article is about this rumor going around, and it's interviews of a couple different people of them saying that they're seeing people in the shadows, someone in the shadows. There's more graves starting to be dug, more people going missing. And some people think that a new killer is running about. And others think that this old legend at this point has come back for vengeance. The man who killed so many is what they're saying. And some of them going, they don't want to even think about how many people it actually was. Either ghosts coming back to haunt, the killer being back to avenge, something along those lines. And then the third one, you kind of learned it from Nux, but there's an interview with the person that owns the Bonafet bar saying that a new group, quote unquote, that is forming is trying to boost morale in the city by starting a new tradition where once a month, or like even once the season, once a week even, they will go and perform in the bars, and so it'll stimulate the economy as well as make people excited, maybe even give people jobs. At least that's the hope of it. But they are implementing more security just in case things go awry. But from what the person that owns the bar means by security, they just mean more employees. So it doesn't really seem like there's anyone in heavy armor and heavy weaponry that will be there. But that's the general idea that you get as you're walking with reading this paper. But if you have any questions
we're the
about
heavy
those,
security.
Yeah.
We're the new security.
Yeah.
I got everyone matching black sunglasses so that we look the part.
of course.
Some earpieces.
Maverick makes her hair look extra.
Yeah. Everyone grease your hair back.
flame.
And
It's
smooth
like
your hair back.
extra. Well, she can't smooth her hair back. It's like her hair's made of fire. She's got like flames for her hair. Come
That
on.
is true.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're the right fit for this position.
You didn't get
Put a hat on.
How
But
dare you?
as you guys are arguing, you see Virtue just randomly, still even looking at the paper, just turn a corner into a different way, farther away from the main roads of the city. Almost as if it's second nature to them as they move, not having to look up and just continuing to weave through different buildings as you get farther and farther away from the main river. And as you get farther and farther away, you see that Virtue is leading the charge and takes a left and then goes straight for a while, and then takes a nondescript right at one point, and then another left going straight. It's very convoluted and it's very twisty turny, and you're like, ooh, how do you know where we're going? And along these, you see that the buildings get larger as you leave the riverside, but they also get a lot worse for wear, so they look almost like very rundown skyscrapers, like probably only like 7 stories at the most from what you can tell. But Virtue walks past, turning another left down a pathway, and then you turn around another corner and you meet a dead end. But this one isn't like stuck in between 3 buildings. This dead end is a wall. This wall is about 7 feet tall, barely too tall for the average person to reach over, however high that might be. And there's our trash cans scattered around this entire area, and a pile of clothes, garbage, just stuff piled up into a corner, almost making a staircase for people, almost as if they're trying to jump over the wall. But Virtue stops here. And Virtue, you looking up at the wall for the first time, I'll let you describe how you feel about seeing it again. But you all see that there are scratch marks on top of this wall, presumably from hands trying to claw their way at it. There's also dried stains covering this wall, and there's a small little hole. It doesn't seem like it's an old one, almost as if someone took a hammer or something and made their own hole in this wall, and you can see that there's something poking out of it. What do you do?
I want to do divine sense.
What are you looking for specifically so that I can help you out?
Like this, like it's an alley. There's like a lot of like clothing and such. Like, do I get the sense that clothing is like it was like that the stuff has been discarded in like a frantic like trying to escape, or like is it like this a result of like someone trying to get out of a bad situation, or just
I won't go that detailed, but I can just say that like you just get this sense as if a lot of people have been here and a lot of people have died here. That's all I'll say.
Maverick kind of just like she makes a face and just like, ugh. Like she's disturbed by like by what
This is a
she.
dead end. But anyone that can get over that wall gets out. That's why there's a staircase. It's the fastest way out. If you can get it.
I'm gonna gecko climb up the wall.
There's probably noticed there's not a lot of
It's pretty easy.
echoes here. First, she's gonna walk over to the little hole in the wall with something sticking out of it. Before I just grab it, I would observe it to see what it
Stick
is.
your hand on it.
Yeah.
You can get an investigation check.
You're in good old Murder Alley.
Unfortunately, you are.
16.
You see from the very thin circular shape of it and from the color that it seems to be another poker chip.
Or she just quickly try to like take it out the wall very fast, just like.
Do you want to look at it or wait?
Yes, I was making sure like nothing blew up, right? Okay.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you're good.
Looking at
wall
the, I'll look
collapses
at the
and
chip.
a guard is right behind it. No,
Ah!
you're good. So, just like the others, this poker chip has the symbol of a diamond on one side, but on the other side, again, there are no words, but there is the large river that runs through the middle of the town, and the defining feature of this picture is a broken bridge. It looks like it used to once be a magnificent bridge, but now it barely hangs on to the two sides of the bridge, and there are pieces of it poking out of the water as if it's collapsed.
Suppose we have to go back to the river.
I could just get over it.
Well, we're not leaving just yet.
Oh, okay.
This is a good way to get out, though, if we do need an out.
Noted.
Suppose Roshu's gonna start going with whoever this one is.
Mm-hmm.
If I also roughly know the location of where this bridge might have once been.
This one, roll a history check. Why not?
That's a 10. That's not the best.
Okay. Well, from what you have seen so far, you don't remember it from in the past. But from what you saw being at the market and then looking onward towards the river and then where you are now, that it is not closer to the center of the city. It's definitely farther down the river.
Okay. Well, admittedly, I don't know where this one exactly is, but since it's on the river, I would say we should just follow it. See if we could find it. Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, sounds sound.
This gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Get
It's just a lot of
shiver
death.
down your spine.
Yes.
I'm surprised you don't feel that way about the entire city.
Well, it's only in divine sense. I do it sometimes, not all the time. I mean, I do, but I feel it more particularly in this moment.
A lot of people died here. Now let's go.
After that vague remark, Virtue, what is your passive perception?
19.
Okay, as you leave this dead end, all of you following after Virtue, you notice out of the corner of your eye another path that you know leads to another dead end, but it's in between 3 buildings. You see a little spark of light, and it seems to be that glowing teal color. It's very faint, only for a second. You can only see it out of the corner of your eye, but it's coming from that direction. It's up to you if you want to do anything with that, but you do see it.
Sure. Virtue will not try to see down the alley while being as far away from it as possible.
You veer off course, but the rest of the party, not really knowing this area, just assume that you're going the right direction. You kind of veer off a little bit and then go right to the edge of where you know the ending to be, and then you peek into it, and you see just a trashed piece of paper. You see it almost fly around, and a bit of the garbage that's on the ground just fly a little bit away as if it's being pushed by a wind that isn't there, but you don't see anything else.
Are you guys seeing that too, or am I going crazy?
Are we seeing it too?
Do we see it?
You guys didn't see the light, but you did see the wind. The stuff moving in the wind.
I saw the wind. It's wind.
I know, but there shouldn't be wind here.
Well, yeah. No divine sense.
I only have 2 left. I feel like I should save that. What do I have?
Is it going in any particular direction, or is it just like moving wildly?
It seems we're gonna have to use a little bit of physics here, but I'll just say if there was someone there making the wind, it would be as if someone was moving so fast that wind moved in its wake.
But it's not like actively continuing to move.
No,
it's just
it was
like
just
now it's
it was
happening.
one brush of wind.
Okay.
As you looked into it.
Is the alleyway is it dark?
No, it's just it's a normal alleyway. It's longer than the others. It has a lot more paper garbage around it, but you just assume that there is a building right next to it and the windows are open and sometimes paper comes out of as if people are throwing it out. But that's the only defining feature of this alleyway, is that they use it as a trash can, or I guess the recycling bin for their paper.
Could Maverick walk forward into the alleyway just to try and look around for anything?
Sure, make a passive perception check.
I have an 11
Or a
passive
perception.
perception.
Oopsies, I said the whole thing.
A passive perception check.
Perception check. A perception check is what I meant.
Okay. 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
You look around to see if you can hear breathing or see movement, but you see absolutely zero movement other than the papers falling from these open windows that people are throwing out.
Do I feel any more of the wind? Like, does it like because she's got like flame hair? Does it like the wind make her hair like go backwards? Like, what if it makes it like her hair go in like any direction?
It does not. Right now it's summer, and all you can feel is the dry heat. There's zero wind.
Okay.
Whatever was here is gone now. Seems like it was moved the paper while it was moving through here.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just keep heading towards the river.
Alright.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
And that's what Virtue will do. To the river!
To the
Following
river!
Virtue.
The window.
Virtue.
To the wall.
Mavericks kind of stumble behind a bit. Just start 20 walking.
Window!
Bit paranoid, I
Crusher,
see.
can you like drag her or something? I don't want to getting snatched.
Damn.
I'm walking as fast as I can.
Maybe jog?
But I guess I'll jog then.
That's one way to
Yeah,
lose
After this
strength.
whole thing.
If you're
After this-
running, you're at my like walking speed.
If you're running, my walking speed is 45.
I'll just like,
Mine's 40.
I'll jog
Oh,
a
I'm
bit to keep up with
slightly
them.
faster than Rock Crusher.
Oh my gosh.
Well, as long as you are slightly jogging, you will meet Virtue. So, should be fine.
It's your exercise for the day, you know? Burn those calories,
Yeah.
get that strength up.
After this whole thing, Maverick's gonna be like, oh god, please no more.
I think we should buy you some lighter armor, maybe.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know,
you might-
Well,
there's
but
time.
then I'd get hit harder, and I don't know.
I mean, I don't wear heavy armor, and I'm kind of hard to hit at times.
And
Well,
you
that's
can't-
you.
You can't really go anywhere.
I like feeling secure.
But you're slow.
I'm
is Otto
fine.
I'm not. Wait, now I'm looking at Otto's sheet. Is Otto actually wearing armor? Yes, they are. Okay, I'm about to say if they weren't, then I'd be wondering things. It's studded leather.
Walking down the river.
Who needs armor?
We're just like, keep it pushing, guys. Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Virtue
yeah,
is
yeah.
just.
I've got,
Oh, we're
well,
walking and talking, and literally
Still
we can
walking,
outwalk
yeah.
all of you.
we're walking, talking. The one's running and talking.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
So as you guys are walking / jogging / maybe running farther away from the main hub of the city and farther down the river, you see that the river is a lot less pretty. I mean, closer to like that main building you saw, it looked like the water was blue, clear even. Here, it does not look like that. There is a lot more residue of like some sort of oil. There's fungus, just general garbage starts to accumulate in this water. The water also had turned from that beautiful rich blue color up by the Capitol down and now to a dark green, brown, and even black in some places.
Ooh.
How the hell?
It's like how it is in Paris. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Fuck is Paris?
I don't know. Folktale. Anyways, ooh. As you continue to walk down this river, you pass by the only building of note in this area is a graveyard that you see. There's this sign that's half destroyed, making you unable to read the name of this graveyard. There, it is named. You can see that has something hung up, but it's pretty small, surrounded by other buildings. And it sort of gives you all some sort of chill as you're walking past it. But that's the only real thing of note, as most people are gone as you've gotten this far down the river. And you can even see, like, the beginning of the town, as if you're getting so close to, like, a back entrance of sorts, because it doesn't seem like anyone's using it, and it's very run down. But with everything being run down in the distance, you see a broken down bridge.
Yay!
Yippee!
Hooray! To describe it a little bit better, Virtue, you do reaching this bridge, as the rest of you did not look at this poker chip, you do recognize it to be the same location as on the poker chip. Yippee! Congratulations!
Yippee!
And describing it as it's a lot more detailed in person than a picture, obviously. There are mass amounts of garbage in this water. It seems as if all of the shit has been caught on the rocks and parts of the bridge that have been poking out of the water. And the water or river isn't running as fast, so it's sort of just like sloshing a bunch of garbage. But it doesn't have that residue on it as if it's been resting there for a while. It looks though as if the garbage had been tossed around and the moss had been like disturbed at some point. But all of this trash that had been moved seemed to be settling around something that isn't rock, but it's something else, and it's barely poking out of the water. Can someone make an investigation check? I don't care who.
Who is the highest
I-
investigation?
I have a plus.
I
3.
rolled 17.
Investigation.
I'd
I
rather
got a
just assist.
17, yeah.
I think
We
a
all roll,
17's
yeah.
good.
Give me
And
a
also,
second. I'll also
can I cast guidance on myself?
I got a
Sure.
19.
Okay, then I can add a d4 to it.
19.
Okay.
I have a
Otto.
plus
Do we have a
2.
nat 20?
Do you have a 20? Otto,
Oh, yeah.
you sort of like take a breath, even though you don't need to breathe, sort of just try and calm you down, you know? As you are the brave one that steps closer to the thing poking out of this water. And you see, as this water is slushing around, you see the shape of a hand poking out of the water.
Oh my god.
And looking further down, you see that this hand is connected to an arm, surprisingly. And that this large lump in the water is a body. Definitely a dead body, but still a body.
Yo.
It looks to be a male figure, and his face is underwater, so you can't really see who he is, but you can see that there's something tied around this person's neck, as if a rope is tied around his neck. What do you want
I was
to
about
do?
to make I was about to make the joke about someone getting the concrete shoes, but it's a concrete necklace. Oops.
Should Maverick go up and pull him
Rock,
out?
can you help
Well,
pull the body out?
Yeah. Whereabouts in the river? Is it in the middle, the side?
It's
Yeah, I'm a like point.
the body. Seems as if it's also stuck against this bridge that has collapsed. The bridge was so big that it's sort of making like a place where you can like stand in the river just on these rocks, and it's
Like a bit of
up against those rocks.
Have I got a... Could I use my length of rope and make a bit of a lasso so I can like try and wrap it around him?
Yes, you can. Make a survival check. See how successful it is.
Survival.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Oh, sorry, that's stealth. Oh, no, but it wasn't nat 20.
Damn.
Oh, you don't need my guidance.
No, it's 16 on the survival check.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll use the guidance then.
yeah. Take that guidance.
1, so 17.
Alrighty, sir. You make a pretty good lasso. You haven't had to make one in a while, but you make one and then reach down, not really getting into the water, and just wrap it around this dude's head. And
Oh, I can like reach him.
yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I'll like pull him out the water. I thought he was like out there.
No.
Oh no, I'll just go fucking pick him up.
He is not scared. He is not scared. Okay, you go up to him. So you go ahead. Go ahead.
What does it look? What does the body look like?
Yeah, I can do like a survival
the
check.
person look
How
like?
long has it been dead?
Yeah,
Bloated,
we
rigor
can make
mortis.
that survival check to be how long it's been.
Sure.
So with your survival check, you don't take him out of the water yet, but looking around, you see that his clothes are definitely soaking wet with not just water, but of like things that have like attached itself to him, as if something was like using his body to like grow something. His skin is like, he was a human, you could tell from the ears and the general shape of him. You don't know what his skin color used to be, but now it's welted. There are holes in it. It looks to just be like skin and bone, and it has a green underlying texture to it. His whole body seems to be contorted as if it's just been pushed around by all the garbage, and it's moving its body. And you see from how the rope isn't necessarily tight enough to cut off circulation, that and the fact that you don't see any blood, at least on the back of him, you assume that he died by drowning, which is weird because from the looks of it, this river is only 4 or 5 feet deep at this point in the river.
I will explain this all back to the rest of the party.
And it seems like it's been here for about 3 to 4 days.
Okay. Can I do well, I'll just pull him out of the water first, get him onto the bank of the river.
I just like. You said it would look like they were growing something on his clothes. It like by that, is it just like
Seaweed.
mold and like mildew and shit, or
Mold, even some sort of like water plant life is trying to like latch onto it to make a home for itself. You even see there's some bites out of it as if fish have tried to eat him. There's a lot. There's a lot. And as Rock Crusher pulls it out of the water, it's even worse. Virtue, with your passive perception, you can even see that on the other side of this broken bridge, you see that as there would be more residue, more garbage, more stuff like that, it seems as though all of that stuff has been moved around as well. Not by general tide, but if someone had physically moved it very recently. But you only see that. Back to the person. Rock Crusher, you pull this person out of the water. He is so horrible to smell. All of you almost instinctively have to cover your nose because you just immediately want to just hurl, even though you hadn't really eaten today. His face, you don't recognize the man, but his eyes are bloodshot, wide open, as well as his mouth being wide open with bugs, moss, and water falling out of it as he's moving around. His skin is peeling away with different waterborne insects crawling up in it to make a home for themselves. It's horrible. Absolutely disgusting. And tucked into his shirt is a little crinkled letter, warped from water damage. And it seems that his neck, the rope that was around his neck, there seems to be a small little poker chip tied to it.
Great. Anyone got mending?
I think I think
Me.
this guy's a bit beyond mending.
I'm more talking about the letter that's in his pocket.
I can just like dry it off.
Can
Alright,
Maverick
if we
go ahead
look
and
at the
pick up the
letter.
poker chip?
Yeah.
I'll take the letter and just sort of like, you know how wet paper's a bit sticky? I'll just sort of like plaster it onto my chest.
Ooh.
Sort of
Good thing
let
I
it
don't need to breathe. I don't want to know what this smells like.
Do you want to read the
Maverick.
letter? And who takes the chip?
I'll pick up the chip.
we're just gonna
when
walk on over once she sees that there's a chip.
I'll wait for the letter to dry on my chest.
You like a little heater to...
Yeah, exactly. A little like radiator.
Okay. Well, that'll take a little bit. So, Maverick and Virtue, looking over the shoulder, you see that this poker chip is a little bit different from the rest of them. It still has the diamond shape on it, a signature. But on the back of it, there isn't a picture, more as there are just words written on it in Elvish.
Ooh,
Can you read Elvish?
I can. I'm an elf.
Can you recognize that it's in Elvish?
Yes, you can.
Okay, she'll hand it off to Virtue and just be like, I believe that you should read this. I cannot read Elvish.
All right, I read.
You read it. It's very short, and it just says, "You felt the chills too, didn't you? The final clue is where they rest." And I will
Gravy.
add this to the Discord so that you don't have to remember.
Chills 2.
With like a graveyard or something.
Where they rest. Yeah, I'm about to say, they say where they rest, and I'm like, I remember that graveyard on the way here.
If we go over there and there's gonna be like a grave that's been opened up.
Fresh grave.
So does that mean we're heading to a graveyard next?
Seems like it. It's
Alright.
where people rest.
Should we do
Yep.
something about this guy? We just leave him here or what?
Well, there's nothing we can do for him. He's long past a reviving spell.
I'd say leave him here. He's been here for a while.
Yeah.
He might have like family or something. Should probably, like,
I'm
No,
gonna
you
be
can
honest.
leave him on the shore and someone will find him and then his family will know.
Mhm.
Can anyone even really make out if it's their family or not from how he looks?
I mean, it's only early stage decay. He hasn't bloated yet.
Yeah, I guess.
He just smells a little. We
Alright,
kind of have
well,
to figure it out
He's
once
kinda weird,
those
though.
crabs eat his eyes. It's gonna be a bit harder, but
well, if y'all are ready, I'm ready to go to the graves. I guess we can go check it out.
well, if Graves in the right place.
We can hope it's the right place.
Sir, it's our guess, I guess.
Yeah.
It's our best guess. Let's go.
To the graveyard.
To the
Yeah, for
graveyard!
And we're at the graveyard.
Well,
Wow, we
because-
got here so quick, guys.
Oh my gosh, who would have thought? Well, let me get my narration out to describe things
Uh-oh.
for you, okay? Lord.
Oh. Oh.
Girl!
Might mean we're in the right place, guys.
Oh no.
You head to the graveyard. Woo! And assuming this is a place that you're supposed to go, you start thinking about, like, why you were even put on this wild goose chase in the start. I mean, Maverick, you remember you weren't even in Vouse when you got the first poker chip, so how is you ended
Yeah.
up being put on this weird investigation? But you reversed your path that it took for you to get down to the river to get to the unnamed unnamed graveyard. Didn't know that would be such a tongue twister. The closer you get, the more the temperature drops and the tension that you kind of had starts to build up. It feels like there are thousands of eyes watching you from afar, even though you know, hopefully, there's no one actually there. Reaching the entrance of this graveyard, is there anything you would like to do before entering?
I want to make just like a perception check to like just look around if there's anyone.
Make a perception check, then.
It's a 5.
Hey, man. The Lord knows. You definitely don't,
Yeah.
though.
It's
She's just like,
No.
I guess I'm
There's
not
tree.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Guidance myself. I
Guidance
need
myself
guidance.
At a
First,
at
you
a
just
4
pat
for that.
Maverick on the head.
Yeah, good
I
luck with that one, too.
got a 4 for that. I get a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Today is not Maverick's day.
Still, you're trying to understand better, but still, no one else knows but him, Man up there.
I suppose I cannot observe anything.
Nope. Not a clue. But do you
The
guys...
smell of the corpse is still in your nose, and
Yes.
you're like, ooh.
It's just a stuff of your senses so bad that you can't. But
She's
do
like-
you guys enter the graveyard?
Mhm.
As I enter, divine sense.
Divine sense.
Divine sense! Do you all enter the graveyard?
Are we trying to be CE, or are we just gonna just walk in there looking cool?
Honestly, Virtue. I just imagine Virtue just full on, just walking in casually. So
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I imagined.
Yeah. All right. Information.
Of course.
Divine sense.
Frick.
I shall use my paladin powers.
I
Wow.
can't see, but God can.
My water spilled. Oh my gosh.
No.
No. Anyways, it's all over my
God.
floor. Anyways, it's fine.
God.
Well,
With this divine sense. What do I sense?
with this divine sense, being in a graveyard, there is a lot of sorrow in here. It is weird to you. You've been in a few graveyards before, but this one, like, the energy behind it, like, most of these people, some of them, like, there are sections that are definitely, like, vengeful and angry, but most of it is just, like, just sad and afraid. It's like such, like, so much more so much stronger, that's the correct grammar, than any other, like, graveyard or place that you've been in before, as if there are many people behind this grave, probably more than just the gravestones that are here. But as you do this divine sense, the rest of you can see this graveyard a little bit better. Virtue, you taking your steps in, everything in your body for a moment tells you to just turn around and just walk away. But you sort of break through that hesitation that your body wants to take and just walk into the graveyard. And all of you see that there are no trees, there's no grass, just stones poking out of the ground, insinuating a grave. They aren't perfect. They're all different shapes, different sizes. There are large buildings covering all three sides that would be looking out to the sun, casting this area in a constant shadow, even if it wasn't meant to be. This is the largest area of, like, openness around you that you have seen. Like, all of it's, like, very dense, compact building. But this is just a large area with what looks to be hundreds of graves, almost a countless amount. They're very close together. They're very poorly made and barely put together. All but one. In the backish middle of the graveyard, you see one large man-made rectangular stone, glossy with a dark gray stone texture. There's writing written on it in white in front, and around it are several lumps of, like, the ground of new dirt newly put in, but you can't really see the words that well from afar.
I want to walk up to it. I must walk up to it.
Maverick's on a mission.
I want to read it. She's on a mission.
Virtue's gonna tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maverick is just like, I gotta
Concerned.
get out. Yeah, she's like, I'm getting an energy. I gotta figure this shit out.
I refuse to be
Yeah.
a side character.
Of course. So Maverick taking the charge, being the line leader, you all walk up to get closer to this large stone. It definitely looks new, as if it's been, like, put in very recently. We're gonna say something. Sorry, maybe that was my imagination.
I think that was Victoria's little brother.
He just
Okay.
walked in, said hey, and then looked at me and told me to shush. I'm like, what the fuck? You just walked in,
Fair.
screamed, and then told me to shush.
Bro's a real hater.
Mhm.
I respect
Literally.
that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna just mute.
Well, this large stone is about 6 feet tall, so it's fairly big, and it's about,
Oh, it's taller than me.
4 feet wide, about. It's, like, long and skinny. And
Okay.
you see the words more clearly now. It has a heading that says Grave of the Unknown Victims. And underneath it, there's a description saying, "This is a monument for those who lost their lives from the serial killer from 1275 to 1316. There isn't enough space in a graveyard for each person to get their own memoriam, so this monument is for those that do not have space and for those bodies who were never recovered." And around this monument, you recognize these lumps a little bit better. They seem to be as if someone was covering a hole. You can't really see like they just look to be lumps in the ground, but it's different because everything else is smooth, while this one they seem to be like pretty fresh of some kind.
Jeez.
Oh.
But with the little time that you guys have to think, you hear a few voices coming from the entrance of the graveyard. You look over and see those 3 guys back from when you saw them in the marketplace, Rock Crusher a little bit longer after that, still wearing their black with bandages, with hoods and masks actually covering their faces this time, and their bats with nails in them. And you see that they're walking and talking to each other, but they haven't noticed you all yet. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Ooh.
Go sneaky mode.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Virtue was probably going to since
Also,
it was a really big black like monument, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
So I was thinking that Virtue could hide behind it.
Yes.
We all try hide behind it.
No, get your own fucking hide, son.
Where else is there to hide?
All of +10 to stealth rolls if you want to make one.
I'll probably-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a
Ones
new
right
set
now.
of dice because
Okay.
these metal ones have been very bad. Very, very naughty dice. Hold on. They're
Oh,
going
fuck.
into
I got a
the-
12, and it's a +10, so it's 22.
Let's see. I can choose to use a charge from my.
Also, do I get advantage because I get advantage if it's based off a sound?
Yes, it is.
Yippee!
Close enough-ish.
I got a soft 20 on a stealth roll.
Okay.
Okay, that is the plus. Okay, whoa. You said +10?
Ooh.
It was a +10, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
That is going to be a. What the fuck? 35.
I got a. What is that number? 23.
I'm doing rogue things, guys.
Rogue things.
Yippee! Yay!
Are we all doing stealth?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
You will.
Yeah.
You
I
are
got
doing stuff.
I'm doing stealth. I am 23.
35.
Okay.
They
Otto, what was
crouch
your
and they
roll
go
again?
invisible.
I forgot about it.
Mine.
I believe I said mine
Or-
was a 22.
Okay. So, just for flavor, we'll just say Virtue had chose to hide behind the memorial. Kind of ironic, but I didn't say anything. And then Rock Crusher, you luckily found a grave a bit ways back. That's like big enough-ish to fit your body that you can probably finagle your way to hiding behind, especially now that your skin is charcoal instead of red. Congratulations with that one.
There you go, baby.
No curse anymore. Woo! Camouflage. Maverick, you are glowing, but you find your ways. You manage. And then Otto, you're just small, so sorry, babe. You all managed to hide behind gravestones, just like farther back away, so you're out of the limelight. And you
Just
sort
hides
of-
behind a flower pot.
a flower pot. Yeah, perfectly shaped flower pot just for your body.
Got like a heap of flowers in it.
It seems as though one of the thugs, the Virtue, you can't see it because you're like right in line sight with him, or like you're right behind the memorial that's right in front of them, so you can't see anything, you can just hear. But the rest of you 3 can see the thugs. And you guys notice, specifically Rock Crusher, because you were so close to them before, that one of them isn't wearing like the same black clothing as the other 3 are. It seems to be a lot more, maybe even put together, and they have a white mask with eye holes on instead of just the black bandana that the other 2 have covering their face. And that one doesn't talk, but you hear the other 2 saying, Come on, guys, it has to be here. I don't know, man. It might be another red herring. Really? The final clue, where they rest, sounds very indicative of a goddamn graveyard. Maybe it's a
Do
hotel.
I recognize these voices?
Yes, you do. Randy, we have already checked 2 hotels. Maybe it's in a different one. We only have 2 hotels in the entire fucking town! Okay, fine. You see them walk over to the memorial that you're at. 2 of them not really going up towards it. They're kind of just looking around. But the one that had the white mask, you see them almost lift up a rock that was on the side of the memorial. Virtue still don't see you. Your base practically invisible.
I'm sweating.
you're still sweating a little bit. Otto, you see one of them almost look in your direction, but look right past you, so you don't know exactly. It might just be your nerves thinking that they caught you, but it doesn't seem like they notice you. One of the thugs picks up a rock, and it reveals, the rest of you 3 can see. Virtue, fortunately, still can't. You can see the edge of it. You can see a large hole in the ground. And the figure with a mask on sort of gestures them both over to this masked figure. And the other 2 were like, yeah, did you find something? And within a second, almost in a blink of an eye, you hear the first one scream bloody murder as you hear the sound of his neck getting sliced. And his body is thrown into this hole. And the second thug, again, this is one of the thugs is attacking the other 2, though it doesn't look like the same one as before, very quickly kills the other one and throws him into the hole too, and begins to run out the graveyard. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I zoom after him.
I want to hurl. How many feet is he away from me?
This graveyard is about 50 feet, and so it's from you, they're about 25.
I'm going to use Produce Flame, and I'm gonna hurl. I'm gonna hurl some fire at him.
I'm
I'm
down to
just-
use the pseudo dragon to sting the shit out of him.
Does
I'm
a
just gonna
26 hit?
I'm just gonna teleport in front of him. I'm gonna grab him.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Lord, there's a lot going on here.
Dude,
So,
they all decided to just jump this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do this in. So who is the highest dexterity? We'll say that.
I have an 18.
You want me to
Damn.
use the pseudo dragon's dex because it's technically them attacking?
No, because you're telling them to.
Okay, then yeah, no, I wouldn't be it because mine's a 13.
What additive do both of you have?
I have a +4.
Let's fall.
I have a +1.
Let's roll a d20. Whoever has higher gets to go first. It's a new rule I'm implementing. Maybe it's in the new book.
Yeah, 5.
I got an 11.
Oh, look at that. Did you say 26 to hit?
I got a 26 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Alright. He will take 15 fire damage.
And you've burnt him to an ash.
Maybe, like, some of his clothes, like, starts to, like, burn up and whatnot.
Nice,
Trying to...
instantly.
He's dead now.
I feel like some of his clothing starts to, like, burn away as it, like,
As it,
catches him.
you hit this person and their hoodie kind of pulls back a little bit, and Rock Crusher, as this happens, you teleport right in front of this person to grab onto them. Rock Crusher, you can see that this figure almost pulls up their hand to try and cover something that's on their mask, though you can see that this mask that they have is very smooth with only 2 black eye holes poking from it, and at the very top, in the very center of their forehead, there is a lime green diamond symbol, the exact same one as the one on the poker chips. But as that happens, you manage to grab them around, and this person, it doesn't seem like they're resisting. They don't say anything. It doesn't even seem like they're breathing. This person, you almost see a golden mist form from the feet upwards very quickly and begins to swirl around this person, and within a few seconds, long enough just for you to be able to grab onto him, as you grab on, you feel your hands like pull into a hug as it seems this person is gone. Virtue.
It's like turn to dust.
They did. Virtue, you were the farthest one away from the fight. You didn't even really move that. You didn't get to move by the time that this person had gone. But your attention is drawn to where the two bodies were. It seems as in the very short time, this big hole in the ground had been filled with dirt. And on top of this new pile that looks exactly like the maybe 20 other piles piled around this monument in the middle, you see the symbol of a diamond draw itself out in this red color. And from the smells of it, you can tell that it's blood. And that's where we'll end the session.
Da-da-da.